Jalen Ramsey.
We are just inside the runway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and CD, you look at Washington coming into play here, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice, because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, but reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week: 13 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Here's Lance to throw it. Man open, here is Crowder. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. Stopped for the loss by Devin Wright.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Lance. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by the rookie 3rd-rounder who's from Louisville and then played his college ball up the road on I-71 at Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a play fake. Lance. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they've watched the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. .31 yards on the punt there. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. We'll try and keep you updated there as well as the other spots around the league as we move past the halfway point this week in the NFL season. First play's a run with Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That was DeMarvin Leal rushing in there and blowing that play up. Well done. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Another run now for Nwangu. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked. Complete. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Kene Nwangu, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The last series, 4 a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Lance looking to throw it. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Second and 14. Completes it to Austin. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Washington on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
From midfield, here's Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Devin White, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance, room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10.
As they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
Throwing now is Lance.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To try again after the sack.
Lance.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And this is caught at the 8. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carlson able to put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. They got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. On third down, it's Pollard. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. So we hit halftime with our vision.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here.
And that's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. That'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little... And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Taysom Hill, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Okay, ready?
Lance now on first down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Here's Austin. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Ready?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Deliver and accept it. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Gano the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lance going back to the air after the pick 6.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Now Austin. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. On the give is Nwangu.
And some room to run now.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Handoff right side to Nwangu. He's got it to the 43 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Meanwhile, Lance's throw there taken in by Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Lance now to throw.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Desperation time here. Lance.
On the catch, it's Crowder.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
To throw, it's Lance.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Crowder. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now Washington
down 31-28. 2:19 to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
But they'll run with Nwangu. Shaquille Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
On the run is Nwangu.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
106 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
But they picked up now.
Okay, ready?
Another run down for Nwangu. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're...
Gano for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Here's Lance.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner.